Hello. It's a long time since I've been doing this. To be fair, I'm just looking at OBS, making sure OBS is going according to plan. Wow, these used to be called coffee chats. I haven't done them for a while, and I've now changed the name to Blitz chats because, well, why not? Out with the old, in with the new. Not that it's new; it's the same format basically. It's just not coffee anymore. Although I've got a coffee. Yes, I've got coffee. Here's coffee. Me with coffee. So if you want to get involved, jump into my Discord VC because we've got lots and lots going on today in this one. So first and foremost, we're going to look at the shop and what's in there and all that sort of jazz. Then I'm going to do giveaways of the Breton Panther, which is there, there's 6 of those, and the Tiger 131, which is there, 6 of those as well. So I've got the videos ready for the random comet picker. Then we're also going to talk about impending 9.1 update. Then we're also going to be talking about the recent chat knowledge, the chat bug that's gone around. I'm going to give you my penny's worth. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have seen it on Meads' video and all that sort of stuff. We're then going to be looking at ranks and talking about the game in general. So there's lots of things that we're going to be talking about. So, don't worry about that. And whatever you want to talk about. So there's lots to do. So guys, by all means, jump into my Discord. Hang on, people are already in my Discord. So jump into my Discord. I'm more than happy to have a chat about that. As I said, we're going to look at what's in the shop. We're going to look at the impending 9.1, which, depending on who you talk to, is coming on the 6th of July or the 20th of July. I don't know. One of the two. We're then going to talk about the chat bug because we need to, and I'm going to address that. And we'll talk about ranks again because some people missed it. Well, there's lots of things to go through, and I'm just noticing my YouTube chat box is looking a bit sorry for itself. Bless it. So it should be more up there than down there. So I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, YouTube chat is YouTube chat. So anyway, hello everybody. So how is everybody doing on this weekend?
Hi.
This Saturday, whichever time zone you're in. For me, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. For some of you, for those in the UK, it's like 3 o'clock. For those in Central Europe, it's 4 o'clock. And for everybody else, I have no idea, to be fair.
For me, it's 5 o'clock.
Well, so I'm not playing because I'm doing it via PC, so I'm playing replays. So if you've got replays, send me replays. I'd love to have replays because I'll be playing replays during this stream. Mainly because I can't play on PC for the life of me. It just can't do it. Unfortunately for me, I'm just a total dweeb when it comes to playing on PC. I'm all thumbs. I'm not even all thumbs. I'm worse than all thumbs. So that's just the way I am. And I've got a great replay from Rolling Swarm. Some of you may have seen it. I don't know, but I've got a great replay from Rolling Swarm that I'll be playing coming up. And as I said, I'll also be doing the random draws. So don't worry about that. It's all going to happen today. So there we go. So before we get off anywhere, let's look in the shop because you can see my garage here and it's just absolutely overwhelming. There's lots of things going on. Fight 10 realistic battles. There's a camera. There's a comic. There's a battle pass. There's a 67% off and a Type 57. There's a Dr. Disrespect. I mean, there's so much going on in this garage. And none of it apart from the Type 57 is really to do with tanks. I suppose the battle pass is, if you get that. I mean, there's the battle pass, you can get that. And you can get the Ranger, which everybody's talking about. That's obviously there for the 4th of July holiday. There's this comic thingy that I still haven't worked out myself. But there you go. I mean, you get to read a comic, I guess. And then you got this camera stuff, which you get a picture of a T-77. You don't get the tank, you get a picture of a tank. So, hey, can't be bad, can it? And then you've got all this stuff going up here. But I'm going to look in the proper shop. Now, I went to Tankfest recently, courtesy of Wargaming, bless them. And I was speaking to one of the Wargaming guys who is with World of Tanks PC. And he's moving across to Blitz. I don't know if it's permanent or whatever. And he was saying to me that as a new player, because he's only just come into Blitz, he is absolutely overwhelmed with the store. You know, he finds it difficult to find anything. It's overwhelming. There's just so much thrown at you, and I was like, yeah. And then I jump in the store, and you're like, what on earth is all this that's going on? So you can get the Type 57. I don't have the Type 57 because mainly it's a crate tank, and I'm never lucky. So I try to avoid them as much as possible. Same with this tank, the American container. It's got tanks that I don't need, so again I avoid it. And these are quite expensive. I mean, the Type 57 18 crates is $18,000, and then the American container, which you get 21 of them, is 20,000 gold. Sorry, 18,000 gold and 20,000 gold. I mean, that's pretty steep, if you ask me. It is pretty steep. Then, of course, you've got this one here, Capital Resource, which gives you 47,500 gold. That's not too bad, but that's costing me just around or just over $100. That's a lot of wonga, in my opinion. Now, I appreciate people need gold, but for me, that's a lot of wonga. I mean, I spend $100, I get the chance to buy the crates for the 57 and the crates for the American tanks, and then all my gold is gone, effectively. So, that's $100 down the drain. But it's not for me to tell you how to spend your hard-earned cash. It's up to you. Battle Pass, well, that's in there. You've got two Battle Passes. You've got the Premium Pass, which is roughly about $5. And then you get the Extended Pass, which unlocks 20 levels straight away. And that's just shy of $20, roughly. I mean, the Battle Pass is good. For those of you who don't think it is, it's not about the tank. It's about the other things that come with the Battle Pass. Because with the Battle Pass, you can get gold and credits and everything. It's not just about the tank. And don't fall into the trap thinking that if you get the Battle Pass, you're going to have the chance to get the Phase 1. Whoa! Because the chances of that dropping pretty slim, I can tell you. So there you go. So that's the Battle Passes. Not bad price, actually, the Battle Passes, to be fair. Then we come down, we've got the Fury. That's the tank that, if you've recently seen my video on Tank Fest, I've seen that tank in real life. That's the Sherman that was used in the film Fury. So it's not a bad tank for a tier 6. It's still a Sherman, and Shermans are still difficult to play in the lower tiers. They're not the best of tanks, but they're okay. And it's obviously a tier 6, and it's going to cost you about $8, that is. So my garage is in UAE dirhams, so it's about 3.67 dirhams to $1, so that's about $8, give or take. Then we've got the T95E2. It's a tier 8, going for 6,000 gold. Now, it's not a bad tank, but it is a medium. It's a medium, so be careful, guys. Don't think you're going to be getting a... and this is the thing, a lot of people think, they misread it, and they think it's the T95E6. That's the tier 10. This is tier 8. And it's got a big, massive cupola on it. It's not the easiest of tank to play. It's a rarish tank. Not many people have got it, and it's not too bad. We've then got the approved by Dr. Disrespect. I mean, that's a load of bump there. You get gold. I believe you get gold, boosters, and all that sort of jazz. Going for around $5 again, roughly. Then we got the subscription to resources. Now, that's not too bad, to be fair. It's just shy of $5, give or take. And what you get there, if you get that, then you get to get quite a lot, quite 3,000 gold, which isn't bad because you're not going to get 3,000 gold for $5. Okay, simple as. You've then got Fire and Ice, two tanks that I generally don't get on with. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of the Blaze. It's not a tank that suits my kind of playstyle, and I'm not a big fan of the Glacial. To be fair. Just not, but they're in there. 7,500 gold for two tanks, which isn't that bad really when you think about it. Then we got this one, the Nimble Platoon. Now this is the Vickers Light VIC. It's a tier 2 tank. It's a very rare tank, to be honest with you. A lot of people had it and then got rid of it, and some people have never been able to get it. And the Tetrarch. Now I've seen the Tetrarch recently over in Bovington. If you like your tier 2s, if you like going out in your low tiers, or if you're a tank collector, these two are well worth a look. I mean, you're looking at what? About $3, give or take. $3-4. But they are tier 2. So if you don't play tier 2, there's no point spending $3, is there really? Then we've got the containers again, Type 57 American container, blah, blah, blah. More Type 57 containers, more Type 57 containers. Then you got 10 parts for the high score. Those of you who weren't able to do the high score, which is that, I think it's a tier 5 tank, that is basically a Sherman that has fancy lights going along the side saying high score, then you can buy the parts there, 500 gold. Personally, I would advise you not to do that. It's not the best of tanks. It's okay, but it's not the best of tanks. You know, and again, chances are you're not going to play it. I'll be honest with you, it'll collect dust in your garage. So if you haven't got it, don't worry. If you're a tank collector, then obviously, yeah, you need to, you know, you're going to want to get it. But if you're looking for a tank to play, this ain't going to be the one, believe me. Then you've got resources, lots of resources, 6 million credits, 4 million credits, 2 million credits, 1 million credits, blah, blah, blah. Now, the thing about credits, okay, if you're a newer player, then yeah, it's difficult to get credits. But my advice to newer players, in fairness, is don't be tempted to go out and get credits to get your next tank. Grind your tank, earn your credits. Get a premium tank like an IS6 or a low. Grind those. They are good credit machines. Look at the tank's credit rating and do your best to get credits that way. Also, stop using premium ammunition. Premium ammunition is the easiest way to throw credits away. And also, you know, you should only use premium ammunition when it's absolutely necessary. I see lots of new players just spamming premium ammunition and then wondering where all their credits went. Yes, we have premium ammunition in the game for a reason. It's to get those really tricky penetrating shots, but you don't need to spend all your ammunition as premium, okay? You're just going to throw credits away. Also, play tournaments. Seriously, guys, tournaments is the easiest way to get credits, I'm telling you. Credits are literally thrown at you in tournaments. Doesn't matter if you come first or last, you're still going to get credits. And you don't need to spend money on a tournament. You just need to get some mates together to play a tournament. So that's that. So that's all your support stuff. Then you got your subscription to resources again, and your gold and all that sort of malarkey. It's all there. Then you got your garage slots and everything. It's all there. Then we come back down to the tanks where you've got Fire and Ice. Then you've got the Glacial, the Blaze on its own, the Fury. The Skoda T56, not a bad tank, bit pricey at 15,000 gold though, and I would say think about that because it's a tier 8 and you can get like an IS6 or a lower at tier 8 for a lot cheaper, so think about it. Plus you can get the T95 E2, another tier 8, and then it's a medium admittedly, but it's like more than half the price. It's 6,000 gold compared to 15,000. And don't misunderstand, guys. It's not broken. It's not OP. It's not gonna make you suddenly win more battles. Okay, it's a good tank, but it's certainly not gonna make you win battles. And it's worth 15,000 gold. But that's up to you. That's with everything on it, the exclusive bits and bobs. If you want just the tank and the garage, it's still 2,500. That's still double what you're paying for the T95 E2. So think about that. And then you've got Nimble Platoon. Then we've got the usual gold, blah, blah, blah. Then we've got esports. So if you've got those season coins, you can get there. The T26 E4. It's tier 8. It's a Super Pershing. Not a bad tank. Good credit earner. So there you go. Get in. If you get into tournaments, you see, you get season coins. If you use your season coins, you can get that tank. You know, simple as that. You don't even spend gold, and then you can get more credits. See how good tournaments are. Then we got premium account. And then we containers, lots of containers, Type 57 again, there we go. Camo container, not that many people think camo is a benefit anymore. Collect them all container, and of course the obligatory for 100 gold, avatar container, because everybody needs an avatar. There you go. So that's in the store. Let's have a look at the chat. Hello everybody in the chat, by the way. Sorry, that's very rude of me not saying hello, but let me just turn off that stupid music. It's doing my head in. And I turned the bloody game noise down for a reason. I'm going to get rid of it completely because that happy birthday keeps going off in my head. What's my opinion of the Battle Pass? I like the Battle Passes, to be fair. I think they're really, really good value for money, to be honest with you. With what you get, I mean, look, if you don't get the Battle Pass, then you get everything at the top. So you get 10,000 credits there, 55,000 credits there, 1,000 XP, 55,000 credits. You don't get any gold, but you get credits and you get XP. Now, if you buy the Battle Pass, okay, then look, you get 500 gold straight off the bat. You get 500,000 credits there. You get 50 gold, 250,000 credits, and this is all for about a fiver really. It's only like £5. So you don't need to buy the super duper unlock everything automatically. Okay, you don't need to. You can if you want to, but that's more costly, of course. It's like $20. You can get the basic one and then just grind your way through over the month. As long as you play every day, you'll grind your way through. So, yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, Monkey. I mean, just jumping in. I mean, this does my head in. Okay, this when you jump into the missions screen, the new Battle Pass mission screen really does send me scatty, because I'm like, oh, stop! Just give me the bloody mission, but it doesn't, and so I go mad. But anyway, it happens. It really does happen. Hi, Ethelum, how you doing? So that's what's in the store. So that's that over and done with. Anybody on Discord got anything to say about what's going on in the store? Any opinions? Any views? Any bits and bobs?
I personally don't have any thoughts about it. Just not that much.
Well, there you go. Whilst we're all chatting, I'm going to stick up Rolling Swarm. Now look, Rolling Swarm's a good lad. Everybody should know him. If you don't know him, he used to be like the premium tournament streamer. He's already got me into tournament streaming, so I owe him a big pat on the back, and you probably all owe him, for, I don't know, a knife in the back for getting me into tournaments. Excuse me. But really good player, and I was ripping into him the other day because he went out in this little tank. Look at it, it's teeny tiny, and it's a very low tier, it's tier 3, but look at it, it's so dainty and so cute. It's the UE-57, great little tank, but look at this thing. I mean, it's just pathetic. But this is one heck of a replay. Okay, in Rolling, bless his little socks, was so made up over this game, and he was made up a lot about, you know, he's normally excited over quite a few games that he does, but this one he was incredibly excited, and you'll see why, because it is number 1 of all time in the Hall of Fame. He's very proud of that, because it's the UE-57, bless him. I love it. Anyway, so Rolling's video is going to be churning along in the background, and I want to talk now about what some think is going to be a controversial subject. I don't think it's that controversial. The chat bug. Okay, so we had a chat bug hit the game a couple of days ago, whereby if you spammed a certain term and it was like filled with different letters, I think some were from the Cyrillic alphabet and some were from the Greek alphabet, and they're all different things.
I mean, as I've seen sorry for cutting you, Future, but as I've seen Mitzi's video, some of them like use the Russian alphabet or something like that. They were saying like or something like that to bug the game and to just help their platoon mate to get more damage. And I personally say just disable the chat. That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, well, a couple of things. I mean, there's two sides to this coin. Now, I was on Wargaming's Discord server earlier today, and somebody asked me the question: do I think players who use this chat, should they be banned? And I said, undoubtedly, 100%, undoubtedly, they should be banned. Now, look, the reason I say that is twofold. Firstly, I couldn't give a fig whether these players got massive damage or anything. That doesn't concern me in the slightest. Okay, that's just like somebody, I don't know, you're getting something you don't deserve. So I can't see how anybody can flex or boast about something that they've got that they don't deserve. So it doesn't bother me if they've got massive damage and their WN8 has gone up or their win rate goes. I don't care. What I do care about is what they did is spoil the game if they're in a platoon for 12 other players. And that's my problem. They purposely and with intent and with completely selfish reasons spoilt the game for 12 others, because from the replays I've seen, it makes the game unplayable. And the fact of the matter is, some of those 12 were probably they probably didn't have a clue what was going on. They probably think it's their internet, or they think it's their device or something, and they may have given up the game for good, thinking that the game is well and truly broken, when all it was some people being, dicks to spam damage. So that is why I'm a great believer. And now normally I give players the benefit of the doubt, but in this instance I am a great believer in that they should be permabanned, because they spoilt the experience for the 12 others in that game. If they're in a platoon, 13 others if they're not in a platoon. And that to me is wrong. But anyway, that's what I wanted to throw out there. And that's what I want to hear. I want the views from you guys on that. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think I'm being harsh? Do you think I'm being a little bit too sort of stuck in my ways here? Or do you think that, we don't really care if these players got 10, 12, 15, 16,000 damage, but they did ruin the game for other people, and therefore they should have the book thrown at them, which is what I believe anyway.
I agree with you that they should get banned.
Yeah, they should be banned. Because, honestly, if you, do 6k damage, and if you're like, what the hell, why was my game like, and then you just quit for good, then just disable the chat. That's what I am doing right now. I just disable the chat.
But the thing is, I mean, kudos to Meadsy. He stuck a video out there, but don't forget, not everybody on the EU server speaks English. Not everybody.
Yes.
Okay. We have people from Eastern Europe, Ukraine, etc., etc. Some of them don't speak English.
Yeah.
So a lot of them won't understand what's going on in Meads' video, and they may not go and watch Meads' video. And then we have other members of the community, because it affected all the servers. They don't speak English, so they don't fully know what's going on. So they don't know to disable the chat. And they make, because, when I heard about it, I wouldn't have sat there thinking, just disable the chat, makes it much easier. Look at that for a great game from Rolling Swarm. 2,000 damage in a UE57. He's just OP.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And if you're a new player, you'll sit there thinking, what's going on? I mean, is it my device? Is it my internet? I mean, am I lagging out? Because I, on occasion I get ping spikes. I get this, I get that, and I sit there thinking, is it my internet or is it Wargaming servers? And if I'm a new player, the chances are I'll just turn around and say, sod this, I'm going.
Yeah. So might I ask, can I send you a replay that I did?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, of course. Put it in the replays channel. On my Discord. Right. Put it in replays.
I'm just gonna do that right now.
Just download them and play them. So yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna find it right now.
I sent you.
There it is.
I sent you a Jagaroo replay.
Oh, you sent it to Jagaroo. Nice. That's what I like to see. Yes, I've got that.
There it is.
And I see some in the YouTube chat are saying.
I mean, Yoda agreed that they should be banned. Yoda agrees, obviously.
Who does? Sorry.
Yoda.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I don't really care that they get high damage. I don't really care that they get a good game. That's neither here nor there.
It's just a normal game of World of Tanks. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more a little bit annoyed that it ruins the game for the others, and that's the thing. And that's why I think Banhammer should be breaking down on people.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
The first thing I thought when I heard about this so-called exploit, I thought they who use it should get banned because they ruin the fun for the others.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I see that Andy's saying, you hear people saying that they spend big money in the game. Okay, they spend big money in the game. But here's the thing, wargaming is a business. Would you rather lose 2 players who spend big money or 12 players who are potentially going to spend money? I know which one I would edge on. I would get rid of the 2 players in favour of keeping the 12, and hopefully they'll spend money. Bear with me one minute. JR, I am going to be doing the giveaways for the Tank Fest in this stream. Ta-da!
Ooh. Okay, so I did, so I do have the TOG, and I love it so far. I have to check my stats in it.
Oh no! This is for the people who signed up for the Tiger 131 and the Panther Breton.
Yeah. I have already 4 Class 1 badges in it.
Well,
I still am trying to get an ace in the talk 2 because it will be hard, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But
the talk 2 is good. I like the talk.
Yeah.
So just out of interest, did any of you experience this chat bug? I mean, I didn't. To be fair,
I didn't
try it. I did try it in a training room with my friend who decided to like try out the Cyrillic alphabet, and I'm playing on a well, for Blitz it's a little bit overpowered laptop, and that thing buckled, dropped like 10-15 frames. So
I mean,
I'm
my
kind
PC
of
was
afraid.
just
Yeah, I'm
my
kind
PC
of
would just
afraid
start
of
like
what would
going,
happen.
"Oh my god, what is happening?"
I would be afraid of what would happen to have, like on a phone. If something with a 1060 or a 3060 Ti just crashes out like that, the phone will probably just give up.
Die. Just give up on life.
I know a member of my clan, Loro, one of the clan leads, he tried it in a training room and he said it's just unbelievable. It just totally lags everything out and it just makes the game unplayable. And we as a clan sort of said pretty early doors, if anybody does this, we're going to boot them. Boom. And we did. But I was just wondering if anybody actually experienced it. I mean, I didn't.
No, I didn't. I just once I saw Mizi's video, I just immediately turned off the chat. I just immediately turned it off when I saw Mizi's video. Because I don't think it's fair for people to spam this stuff in the battle chat. Because, you're just ruining the game for everybody. And you're just like, hey, dude, want a platoon? And I'm just going to keep on spamming the same message over and over and over again to give you damage and to get you an ace.
And that's what happens.
That's just bullshit. Like, I today was playing on my 252U, like, I did send a replay, and there were 2 tanks left at the end of the game. And I killed the IS-2 he bounced me once. Fair enough. The IS-2 Berlin was trying to spam me, but of course the 252 has like a lot of armor, obviously. He tried to pen me. I tried to kill him by using 1 premium round, but unfortunately that didn't penetrate, and the end the battle time expired, and I saw how much damage I did. So
yeah, well, just
gonna see will see the entire replay once you.
Okay, no problem. Just to put people in the picture, wondering why I just played that replay. That's from a long-term subscriber of mine called Dwarf NZ, down in New Zealand. He's been playing a long time, and that is the first game he's broke 5k. Even though it's a defeat. So I had to show it because it's the first time he's broken 5k, and he's understandably very happy with himself for doing that. So congratulations, Dwarf. His first ever 5k game in his entire Blitz career, and that's 24.8 thousand battles.
Yeah.
But still, it's an achievement, my friend. So congratulations.
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations.
It did look good. It was replay. But my most damage in the game was obviously on the T57 heavy, but I have done 4,753 damage in that, and in the 252U replay I did 4,744. So I was 9 damage away from breaking that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some high damage games. I think my ice is in a Jaegeru with like 8k. But the stars have to align 9 times out of 10 for you to get those really big damage games. It's nice.
The stars do have to align for you to get those big damage games. Like, you could just kill somebody with a full HP ammo rack, which I have done in my STML. I was playing on, I think it was New Bay, which was the map, I don't remember specifically. I was playing my STML on Supremacy. Don't know why I was doing that. I was capping, and then I look at my back, and I see a Tiger 1. Am I gonna kill this guy in my first shot or what? So I turn around. I didn't have the stun gun, I had a top gun, and I was like, okay, am I gonna do this or what? So I shoot at him, and I full HP ammo rack him.
It happens.
Which does happen, but he was facing me frontally, not like on his side where his ammo rack is, but frontally. With that shell, went through his like entire tank or something.
Oh yeah.
And it just went through the ammo rack.
Just going back to the chat, Bug. a couple of things. Yes, Andy, what happened was Wargaming were notified about it. So what they did as a temporary measure was restrict the chat to only X amount of characters. So that was the thing. So they restricted the chat to X amount of characters to stop people from doing it. I don't think they've released that yet. I think the technical people still get on board to make sure that they're just trying to get it.
JR in the chat says, wow, 252U is so fast.
It can be. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the 252U.
When
it first came out, it was nice, but now it's just overplayed. It's just overplayed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're using engine accelerator, you do get 1 more kilometer an hour. Like, my basic setup is I'm using gun rammer, it has gun wing drive, and refined gun. I don't know why I have defense system on, but I do. I have enhanced armor and toolbox for specialization. I have improved optics, engine accelerator, and consumable delivery system.
So go on. Hello, Yagucham. How are you doing? No, you were going to say something, so crack on.
Yes. So my highest damage game is like 7.8k or something.
Like I said, but a lot of people don't realise, to get those big, massive damage games, you really do have to have the stars aligned. Because you have to remember, guys, firstly, you need the enemy team to be pretty clueless, 9 times out of 10. And then you need your team to be equally as clueless as well. Because you're doing all the damage, effectively. So you've got to have those stars align for you. For you to do that much damage, and for the enemy team and for your team to allow you to do that much damage. So I mean, the other day I did a video on it. It's the Object 140 I rolled out with a toon mate, and we were both in the same bloody place. He did just shy of 6k in the Object, and I did shy of 4k. And I'm like, you stole all my damage, man. What are you doing? So you've got to. It's one of those things. So when you're on your own and you're not in a toon, it's a really sort of crazy game when you get those big damages. Don't get me wrong, there are some players out there who are who religiously go out and get average 3k, 3.5k damage. These guys tend to be in the pro category, and they tend to be up there with the super duper duper unicums. So so that's the thing.
And one thing I don't understand about my gameplay. In tier 10 I do only 2k average damage, and 60% VR.
Well,
so I don't know.
But 2k average damage, 2k average damage at tier 10. A lot of people, I've seen a recent video by another nameless YouTuber saying that it's not the best. 2k average damage in tier 10 isn't actually bad. It's very good, to be fair. If you're a pro, or a super duper unicum, then yes, you should be looking at 3k average damage, because that's if you're a pro. Okay. Now the pros are a little bit different because of what they are. And when I'm talking the pros, I'm talking those guys in the top 8s on their respective servers. That's not to say the other pros are any worse or whatever. That's not true. But when you get into a top 8 team, then generally 9 times out of 10, that clan is going to be asking for 3k average damage on your tier 10. Okay. I mean, I'm in a pro clan. I'm the clan leader, Vale, and that's our recruitment for the pro players. 3k average damage at tier 10. So when you're looking at those top of the range players, then yes, they should be knocking that out. For your normal average player who doesn't play it who's not playing it because they want to be in the top clan wars team or they want to be a pro, etc. 2,000 average damage at tier 10 is more than better than most players. Most players' average damage, in fairness, is around less than 1,000. So if you've got less than 1,000 average damage, then you're doing something wrong. If you're looking at around just over 1,000, you're good. You're on the right track. Over 2,000, you're very good. So.
Yes, but I don't really understand that, because you should do like around 2.5k to do 60 VR in tier 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the thing. I mean,
statistically.
But this is the thing.
So
I mean,
I have to do something right to do that still. So.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, over the last month, I mean, I've been playing tier 9 and tier 10, and my average damage over the last month is just over 2k, and that's with a 60% win rate over the last month. So, I'm still getting up there. I mean, I played yesterday the pattern, and I got just below Super Unicum stats on it after 4 battles. Only a 50% win rate and an average damage of 2,000. So if they're telling me that the average damage of 2,000 is enough to get me a Unicum stat, then it goes to show that the average damage for the normal players on the pattern is around 2,000. Whereas the Waffle Tractor, okay, I played 5 games in the Waffle Tractor, had a 100% win rate, have an average damage of 2,500, but my WN8, according to Blitz stars, is only a very good. So you can see the disparity in the tanks. So the Waffle Tractor, you've got to do more than 2,000 damage. You've got to average around 2,500 to 3,000 damage in that tank to get up to Unicum stats, which is a tier 9. Whereas the pattern, just around 2,000 damage is enough to get you Unicum stats. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, to be fair, and it depends on the tank and where you are. So, whereas when I played, so my stats over the last 7 days, the Object 140 is my best stat tank. My average damage, the damage I was dishing out is around 4,600, and then I get super duper Unicum stats at a WN8 of 6,000. Then I have the Type 71, 4,400, but that's only Unicum stats. So, the tanks vary. Of course they do. And this is the thing. I mean, you've got to find out what... Hey, Galaxy. There are some tanks that you're good at. I mean, for example, I'm very comfortable in a Waffle Tractor. I may not get the WN8, but I've got a 70-odd% win rate in it across all my battles. So, when I'm struggling in a tank, or I'm struggling in the game for a day, then all I will do is jump into the Waffle Tractor, because I know that, with my 70% win rate, I've got a better chance of winning. I may not have the best WN8 in it, but I've got a 70% win rate after like 140 odd battles, so I'm quite happy with that. I'll just jump out and play the damn thing.
Okay, I do have a Whipple and a T-57 Heavy. Which,
I do. I have all the tanks. To be fair, my T-57 Heavy, my average damage is 2.3. With a 63.75% win rate. Average damage is 2.3. So, whereas if I then look at my 50B, my 50B is a 62% win rate with the average damage of 2.4. So, pretty similar tanks.
Yeah, and I average like in the... What's the tank's name? Yeah, the Type 71, I average like 2.6k in it and do only 56 VR in it or something.
No, I'm the same. The reason being it's a new tank and therefore all the top players are playing it. So the Type 71 for me, my average damage is 2.3. Yeah, it's one of my worst performing tier 10s, despite getting a 56% win rate in it and a 2.2 average damage. My WN8 is just good because it's been spammed by all the top players. So when you've got the best players playing it, it pushes that WN8 out. It will level out over time. Okay, over time it does sort of settle down, but you have to appreciate it's a new heavy tank. There's a tournament season coming, so it's going to be spammed a lot to see if it fits into the tournament, the tournament genre, etc., etc. So the Type 71 is going to be very difficult at the moment to push it above. I think probably looking at, if I'm only getting a good, not even a very good, just a good on a 55% win rate and a 2.2 average.
Oh, it's my replay now.
Well, if I look at it, then yeah, I mean the average damage I'm minus the average damage. So the average damage on the Type 71 is 2.27, and I'm hitting 2.26, so that's a minus. I'm above on the average win rate, but this is where it starts coming down. You see, you start looking at it overall, and the thing is, because a lot of players are playing it, especially the better players, it pushes that WN8 up. But it will balance out eventually. Don't worry too much about that.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna send another replay with my T57 heavy. No, this is an old replay that I got a long time ago. So
we're watching your replay at the moment. That's nice. So quickly, Klaus, what are my thoughts on training rooms? I'll be honest with you, it's very rare that I go into a training room other than to do Clan Wars training. So I'm probably the worst person to ask, to be fair, because I only go into do Clan Wars training. To be honest with you, so there is a chat delay. I don't know why. Thank you, YouTube. So there we go. What else have we got? JR, what do you think can be done to slow people down from getting to tier 10 quickly? Stop giving away times 5 boosters.
I mean, it took me a week to get to the T57 heavy, so.
Well, one of the problems. I mean, one of my friends is Jory12.
Yeah.
I jumped in with him a while back now, I must admit. I jumped in with him a while back now, and he was going to be grinding the WZTD at tier 10. And I said, why are you grinding that piece of crap? Because back in those days it was rubbish. He said, because I've got times 5 boosters on that line. And it took him 2 hours to get from tier 8 to tier 10. 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you have a bunch of times 5 XP boosters, then
absolutely,
it's going to go a little faster.
Mad. Absolutely mad. And then on top of that, if you time it right, you then get things like gravity mode or uprising or whatever, and then you can sort of really increase that damage because you can use it, and then it just gets crazy. That's a great game in the Jaeger.
I mean, that's exactly what I did when I was going to the T57 heavy line. I was with the T69, I got the gun, and I was playing the special game modes, and then got T54 after that, and now the T57 heavy with 100% crew, which
absolutely, that's what it's there for. If Wargaming let you do it, then do it. People are going to do it, and that's that's what allows people to rush through the tiers. So Agassi, I play all game modes, not just regular, and not just aces. You've seen I've played defeats, which weren't aces. Anything that's interesting. Napoleon blown apart. How are you doing? Yeah. So there you go. I play all sorts of replays, mate. It's not about the big damage. It's not about this. It's your replays, guys. At the end of the day.
Yeah. Now, fun fact. Let me just say this: I have 85 class 3 badges on the 252, then 23 class 2, 5 class 1, and now 3 ace tankers.
Oh, nice.
Before there were 2. One was in a win, and the other one was in a defeat, and now a draw.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Well, what we're going to do,
like
guys...
all 3 situations.
What we're going to do... I'm going to play this replay. This is Yusuf in his Death Star. We're going to play this replay, and then I'm going to do the first random draw for, I believe, a Tiger 131. So we'll do that straight after this.
I've seen a lot of Tiger 131s already when I was playing the Talk 2.
Yeah, a lot of people have managed to get hold of it, which is fair enough. I mean, it's an okay tank. I mean, I like the Tiger series. The only downside I had with the Tiger 131 in the game is that Wargaming actually have access to that tank. And the tank that we get in the game is not the Tiger 131 in real life. It's just wrong. So the Tiger 131 in real life is an early version Tiger tank.
Yeah. So as the other type... As the early type cupola, type tracks.
Absolutely.
But we're getting just basically like.
They give us a mid-production. They give us a mid-production Tiger tank, which is okay, fair enough.
I mean, they could fix it and give it the early suspension, early cupola and stuff, and even give it the scars in the exhaust. But we just have to wait and pray for Wargaming to do it.
Yeah, they're not going to. They're not going to. They won't change it. They won't change it. It is what it is now.
Yeah, they won't.
So.
But I think in World of Tanks PC,
it
does look the same.
I'll be back.
Okay, no worries. No worries. So the next thing that I want to sort of broach is ranks. Now, I did a stream on this earlier in the week. Now, ranks are coming, and there's a mixed bag. I'll be honest with you. There's a mixed bag because some people are thinking, oh, what's the point? Is there any point? I don't think there's any point because
there's no point.
Yeah, you've got to pay for it.
And
now,
that Wargaming said this won't be an event tank like the T-77, nor will be sold in crates.
No, but the thing is my take on ranks. Look, anything that's shiny, I don't mind. If players like it, I don't mind. My only concern with ranks is already, I can foresee that there are going to be players who are going to say I don't know, let's say they've unlocked 20 ranks, and let's say they're let's say they're a 40, this is nothing against 45% win rate players. Let's say they're a 45% win rate player, but they've spammed that tank, and they've got 20 ranks in it, whatever, and they see another player in the tank who's only got like 2 ranks, yet that player is a 65% win rate player and a pro, then there's going to be toxicity. I'm better than you, blah, 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 because look at my rank. Now,
because you have a higher rank than the tank than
absolutely. Him. Now, as JR says there, it's not an indicator of skill. And that is the thing. Because it's not an indicator of skill, it can lead to, well, it's like a badge of honor, isn't it? And it can lead to toxicity. One thing that we in this game do not need more of, let's be honest. We don't need more. We don't need any more excuses for more toxicity. I mean, I've already rolled out in games this week whereby, I've said, go this way, to be giving a load of abuse from players who are lower than 45%, and we go on to lose the game. And, they just hurl abuse at you left, right, and centre. You're a noob. You're this. You're that. And they've done like 300 damage in a Jaeger route. Just like, guys, there's just no point. And I don't answer any of that. And I can just foresee what this ranks thing is going to do because it's not an indicator of skill. Now look, as I said, I don't care if players want to have ranks and have shiny things on their tanks. I'm all for that. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But be mindful that ranks is not an indicator of skill, and therefore don't use it as bragging rights or a badge of honor to say that you're some sort of super duper unicum who can then bully, cajole, and basically enforce your will on the rest of your team, because that is not how it should work, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Yeah. What about you guys? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, mostly, people would be like, I don't know if you know this, but I watch a person called Mari. I watched videos all the time, and he said, yes, this is not a thing of skill. It's basically how much you play this tank.
Yeah.
And honestly, I kind of agree and disagree with that, because yes, it's not a badge of skill. It's a badge of how much you play this tank, and you love it. But let's be honest, the T-77 is just a small version of the T-57 Heavy, and yes, it won't be an event tank, and people thought that photograph in this event, the July Parade event, thought the picture, you can exchange it, use it, and then you can get the T-77. But as Blitz post has said, the T-77 will be available in the next few weeks. Wargaming has said that it won't be an event tank, nor will be sold in crates.
No, it'll probably come out as just a premium tank. I don't know as of yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll find out once Wargaming releases a video about it on their official World of Things Blitz YouTube channel. Yeah. So we just now have to wait for it.
Yeah.
So that's all we have to do.
Just one thing on that. PT, you say their focus seems to be on inclusion as opposed to skill. To be honest with you, I don't mind that. I don't mind Wargaming trying to include everybody, to be honest with you. I'm a big supporter of expanding the player base, to be fair. Excuse me. I'd rather have a big player base. To be fair, I'd rather have a big player base that actually wants to learn the game rather than just roll out and fire things. But less, I'd like to have a big player base, because the bigger the player base, the better the game will be, in my opinion. I mean, look at, you have to look at the fact that, Asia and NA are very small servers. So if you could expand those servers and get more players onto those servers, at the same time expand the EU server, then the more players you have, the more money's coming into the game. The more money's coming into the game, the better resources are then thrown at the game. So I actually don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is, I don't mind inclusion, but not to the point whereby you are giving a tool that can be used against others. That's all. And I think that this ranks thing could be seen as a tool to use against those who don't have the same rank. For me, it's just a rehash of military honor. Now look, I hated military honor because of the down votes rather than the up votes. Now the up votes, I actually like those, apart from Lucky Player, which I thought was pointless. But I like the up votes. And you're getting those up votes based on the community's perception of how you played. You're not getting ranks based on the perception of the community on how you played. You're getting ranks based on you spamming a tank and throwing credits at it. That is completely not what's meant to happen. Okay? What's meant to happen is, if you play the tank in a certain way, for example, if you get 5 masteries in one go, then you should have a badge of excellence. You shouldn't need to pay for it. If you do 1 million damage in a tank, get a badge of excellence for it. But that's not what's happening, I don't think. But I'm going to wait and see before I shoot it down fully. You're right, JR. Giveaway time.
Oof.
So let me just get the random picker. Ba-ba! Make sure I've got the right video chosen. Because if I don't have the right video chosen, it's all going to go completely wrong.
I was going to see how many people have commented on it.
So let me just make sure I've got the right video. It should be the Tiger 131 first. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the Tiger 131.
So 63 people have commented. So
okay. So yeah, we've got 57 comments, unique comments on the Tiger 131 video, which is nice. 57 people want it. There are 6 to give away, so I'm going to give away the first one now. Now, a couple of things before I do this. I will put down a list of the winners on my community tab on YouTube. You will need to contact me directly, either A, via Discord, via a DM, or B, via email. The reason being is because these have a unique code on them. So I can't show you the code here on YouTube because everybody will be able to just jump in quickly into the game and type the code. Okay, so can't do it that way. You'll need to contact me either via Discord or via a DM or via email. Okay, so just remember that. So let's have a look. Let's get the comments. Oh, I've got to type in a new captcha. This is a new thing, so there we go. So get in the comments. 57 comments. Let's pick the first winner of a Tiger 131. And just to prove it, that is a Tiger 131 bonus code. I'm not going to turn it around because then you'll see the code. But let's see who's going to win this one. Da-da-da-da. Unknown person. Okay, so sorry, unknown person. You didn't put you haven't put your in-game name or anything. So unfortunately, you can't win it because I need your in-game name and I need your all that sort of bits and bobs. And if you don't give me an in-game name, you just put you down as unknown person. I can't give you the tank, my friend, because I don't know who you is. So I'm gonna have to pick another winner. Sorry about that. So there we go. Pink Shadow. In my opinion, the Tiger 131 has a solid gun, but it lacks armor in compensation of a good mobility for what I know about it. There is no particular reason to get it, but I guess I deserve it. There you go. So Pink Shadow, you get to win a Tiger 131. As I said, you need to send me your name on Discord and or send me an email, and then I can send you the code for a Tiger 131. So let's do 3. Let's get 3 of them over and done with and out of the way, because we've got 6 to go through. And then I've got the Panther Britann as well. So let's pick another winner. Let's see who can win. Galaxy Inquisitor. Congratulations. Not into history, but the nostalgia lives up by its name. So there you go. You see, look, at least Galaxy is able to put his in-game name and his server. So Galaxy. Well, if it is, he needs to contact me and I'll sort it out. But he didn't put his server or anything. So Galaxy, you get a Tiger 131. Congratulations to you. Last one of this round, and then we'll talk some more, then do another one. I've had Shah of Risk. I've had You Get One. You're actually Lieutenant General Maverick Steele. I know you. So congratulations. Tankfest wish you could go. Winning the tank wouldn't be as bad. So there you go. You get your very own Tiger 131. Congratulations, my friend. So that's the first 3. What I'll do next, we'll carry on chatting, and then we'll do 3 for the Britann Panther, and then we'll come back and do the final 3 for the Tiger, and then we'll go back and we'll finish off with the Britann Panther. So there we go. Congratulations, those
6?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 of each. 6 of each.
6 of each, okay. I mean, I could also win, I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
Absolutely.
Because, yes, I mean, on the final day of Big Boss, I was nervous, first of all. But yeah, I did do sort of like more damage, and I was excited, and now I have a free talk.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
JR, don't worry, there's more to give away yet. Don't stress. Plus, I've also got all those to give away. They're not Tigers and they're not Panthers, but there are other tanks in the collection that can be thrown at you. Okay, so it's not the end of the world, my friend. Don't worry. And and these all expire in, I believe, September or something. Let's have a look. Yep, they all expire at the end of September. So I've got lots of things to give away over the summer at the moment.
Now,
so there you go.
I did write a very long comment, but I'm not gonna read it out. But it does include that the Tiger 131 is the only functional Tiger in the world, because it was captured and tanked.
It was, and everything you see on it is original. It's all original, and it is the only working Tiger tank. But that is set to change. There are some others. Yes, they also come with premium time Yoda Jedi Master. That is correct. Mm-hmm. It is the only functioning, but that is due to change because there are 2 more in the pipeline in other places that are being brought up to speed in that respect. But the Tiger 131 is the only original working Tiger. Everything on it is original. There's nothing added.
Now let me say this: you did post the Tankfest 22 vlog, which I did watch the entire thing. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it, and it was on June 30th, which was for me my last day of school, and now I have an entire summer of playing. Well, I'm not gonna play all day, obviously, but I do keep the game open. If you look at my profile and it says that I'm playing for 1 day, that does not mean that I'm actually playing for an entire game. I take breaks, obviously, because my brain is just gonna melt out of all the teams, let's say. Because
well, this is the thing. I mean, I expect there to be more players over the summer because there normally is. A lot of people will complain because you will see a dip in the skill levels on the player base. Personally, it doesn't overly bother me because why would it? It's frustrating. Of course, it's frustrating. I'm a player like everybody else, and it's frustrating to lose, and it's frustrating to have teams doing the opposite to what you want them to do, etc., etc. But the fact of the matter remains, as I said earlier, if there are more players playing, then generally speaking, the game is going to get better, not worse. So I'm all for a bigger player base. I don't necessarily agree with rushing the tiers. I would prefer people to learn how to play the basics of the tanks and the basics of the game. But as the old saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And that's the same with Blitz. I mean, you can throw out their tutorials and videos and educational stuff till you're blue in the face. You can't force people to watch it, and then you can't force people to actually apply it. It's as simple as that. So, the best, as long as people carry on putting out the resources for new players and players out there, then eventually these people will find those videos. I don't know if I played this. Yes, I did. Sorry, I've already played that video because I'm running out of replays.
Honestly, the first time I ever was like, I wanted to play World of Tanks, like normal one, not Blitz. I was like, I went to the Play Store and I typed in just World of Tanks, and it came up World of Tanks Blitz. This was in 2019, and I played it, and let's just say my stats on my Google Play account weren't that good, and after a few days or weeks, then Google said that I have to activate parental control on my Google account because I made that Google account in like 2018 and I was like 13 or 12, I don't know.
Yeah, that happens.
So that Google account is gone. I have like 70 subs on my YouTube channel, but now, it's nothing that bad. I did study a little bit for my grades, and I did succeed at chemistry. I didn't get a bad grade on my last chemistry test. That's what matters, because if I failed chemistry, then I would know, because I'm not that big or good at chemistry. But so far, I passed all my grades. I don't have any bad grades for today. For the last and it's been 3 years now. My Steam account, as it is, the one, I have a 51% win rate, a 7.7k battles, and I have a 77% accuracy, which is interesting. Almost 30 ace tankers, most of them probably in my cruiser too, because it's an easy tank to ace, as I know it. Because I have 9 ace tankers in that thing. I have 9 in the cruiser too. I mean,
Tankers Corner, how you doing, my friend? Welcome. We need to get together at some stage and do a stream. You're right. Yeah. But no, I mean, you know, these things come. If you're happy in a particular tank like the cruiser, if you're doing well in it, then, you know, play it and play it and play it. That's what I did. You know, there are certain tanks I'm very comfortable in. There's certain tanks that take a lot more effort from me, which is what I was trying to say in my Object 140 video. For me, the Object 140 is a difficult tank because I'm not a 17-year-old. I'm not 17. I don't have the reflexes of a 17-year-old. I have terrible ping. I'm generally playing on like 150 ping. And playing tanks like the Object 140 for me is quite difficult. So I have to throw everything that I know at it to play that tank particularly well. That doesn't mean to say that, you know, you can't play these tanks well, because you can. If I can play the Object 140 as well as I play it, then believe me, anybody can play the Object 140. It's you know, I'm not a totally skillful player. You know, I'm not anything like that. I'm an average player, and if I can play these tanks to a reasonable level, then believe me, virtually everybody can play them to a reasonable level. Don't forget, I'm 50 years of age, so my reflexes are very slow compared to somebody who's 16, 17. And
like me, because I am turning 16 somewhat.
Yeah, and it's all about experience, practice, etc., and just building on what you've got. Now, look, some players have already got massive skills.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know, like his Royal Fatness is a very skilled player, for example. Juicy Tender Steak is also a skilled player. Yeah. So there are players out there who are naturally talented when it comes to things like this. But that doesn't mean to say that the rest of you, it's all doom and gloom, because it's not. It really isn't. You know, if you learn some of the basics about the movements and the tanks and the maps, then you also can get to be a better player than what you may currently be. And, you know, we all complain about the teams, and we all say, oh, but my teams have been rubbish, my teams have been terrible, and blah, blah, blah. And I get that, and I understand that. But my advice is, if you've had 5 games and they're all losses, change your tank. If you don't change your tank, turn the game off, go and get a cup of tea, walk the dog, do whatever, then come back later.
Just take a break for a little bit, and then you can go back once you've rested.
Yeah.
But
well, that's the other thing, David. Yeah, well, that's the other thing, David. You know, somebody asked me earlier on the Blitz Discord, is it true that the EU server is better than NA and Asia? And I said, that's not really correct. It appears that way, but not really.
The thing about EU server is that, yes, it's bigger player base, but everyone can speak English and understand each other. But I wouldn't say it's any better.
No, it's not. What I tried to explain to that person was, you know, all servers are very good players, medium players, and bad players. All the servers have that.
Yeah.
EU has a bigger pool of players. Okay, so when you've got
more idiots,
well, when you've got, you see, every single one, every server, I would say, you're looking at 5% of the overall player base is Super Unicum. So if you've got 20,000 players on EU, it's 5% of 20,000. If you've got 5,000 on NA, you've got 5% of 5,000. It's just the pool of players is smaller, that's all. Now, the average win rate in the whole game, and I know this because I was speaking to Wargame about this at Tankfest. Firstly, the average win rate is about 47%. Between 47 and 48%. That is the average win rate. So if you're above 48%, you are above average. If you're below 47%, you are below average. That's how it works. So the average game, the average player is around 47, 48%. The average game lasts about 3 minutes. That's it. Okay? So it's very rare that they go the full distance. And when you compare that to World of Tanks PC, it's about right, because World of Tanks PC, the average duration of the game is 7 minutes, which is 50% of the value of all the time, and that's the same with Blitz. Now, the other thing that we always generally forget in games is that the player on the opposite team or next to you in your whatever, we automatically assume they are no different to us. They've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and around the same age. That's not necessarily true. You know, they could be younger, they could be old. I mean, I met a guy at Tankfest who's about 8 or 9, and he plays Blitz. So, you know, you get younger players. I'm 50. I know people who are older than me playing this game. So you get older players. And in between all of that, we've got all the different ages. And then we've got people with disabilities. We've got people who are impaired in some way or another. You know, they may not have the best eyesight or whatever. So not everybody is able-bodied, young, playing the game. Not everybody has good internet. I mean, in the UK, the players who play in the UK, they're generally playing on about 20 ping. I'm playing on 120 ping. So, you know, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean, I play on sort of like 40 or 50 ping, and then, yeah.
So it's all swings and roundabouts.
Imagine if I'm like downing a small game, then my ping goes to like 100 or 110. That's where it gets a bit laggy.
I get laggy all the time. I can't remember. No, I don't think I played that game, so I need to play that. I can't remember if I played it or not. If I did, I apologise, because I can't remember which replays I've now played and which replays I haven't. But yeah, that's the thing. So it would be great if every single player was like us, but every single player isn't like us. We're all unique, and with that we all bring unique play styles. And I generally find that the way the servers work is the RU server, what used to be, is incredibly aggressive. They do big pushes, they really rush in and try to do big brawling. Okay, they're a very aggressive play style. EU is very strategic to an extent. Okay, they're more strategy based, more outthinking their enemy. NA is a mixture of RU and EU. It's aggression mixed with strategy. And APAC is a very passive player base. They are very passive. They don't want to rush in. So you have different. You have different play styles per server, and that doesn't make that server any worse or any better. It just means that it suits that area. So that's all it is. That's all it is. So it would be wrong to say that this server is better than that server. I think all the servers are pretty much equal, to be fair. So, well, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, because it's a loaded question, and a lot of people do ask that question a lot. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, EU is the best server," and it's not necessarily.
I mean, yeah, I've heard people say that. I've actually heard people say that EU is the best server out of all of them. But generally, no, it's not that true. It's not really true at all that EU is the best server. Like, yes, you still have the toxic players all the time. Like, in the T57 heavy game that I had on my first class, I saw somebody saying, "Fuck you, TVP," and I was like, these toxic players cannot have enough of being toxic. I mean, that's why they're called toxic players.
Yeah, but you get that in every game.
You get that every single game. You cannot escape from them. That's why now I'm just gonna keep the chat because it's my only reason to not listen to these people being toxic all the time.
Well, I generally don't say anything in the chat because I can't do two things. I can't do two things at the same time. I can't type and play. I end up bashing into bricks and walls and everything.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, I don't respond as well, but
what are you doing, Shock? Hang on. So Shock saying ping isn't much of an issue so long as it's constant. That's very true, Shock. You're right there. I mean, I can deal. Obviously, you know, I can deal with the ping because I play on 120 to 180 ping. So the ping isn't the problem. You're right. It's the ping spikes and the package loss that is a bigger issue, and you know that's what damages my game. The ping isn't the okay. I understand that with my ping, when I input into the game, it takes a bit longer for that input to translate to the server to translate into the game. But it's marginal. It's not massive amounts. It's not like I'm pressing the button and 5 minutes later the shot fires out the end of the gun. But with the ping spikes, that's where it becomes an issue. And with the loss, it becomes a big issue. So I agree with you there. It's not always about ping, and a lot of people complain about ping, but it is manageable. I do find when I go on an A though, with 300 ping, it's impossible for me to realistically play in a light tank, but it's very easy for me to still roll out in a heavy. So just the way it works. But yeah, and Shock says there, EU is nowhere near the best server. He would know, by the way, because he's a pro player, one of the best. So
yeah, I mean that's what you get. Like when you. Some people might say they don't know what they're saying about. They're like, you cannot even compare EU to NA because they're two different regions. Like, NA
they have
is
different
like,
playstyles.
Different playstyles.
I mean, I've played on all 4 servers, and I find the skill levels on all 4 are pretty much the same to an extent, but the playstyles are very, very different. You know. And it would be wrong to say, oh, this server's better than that server, because it is wrong. They've all got good players and bad players. And when I look at which is the best server, I generally try to look at what the pros are doing, because they're really showcasing the best of the best at the end of the day. And they're coming up with the strats, and they're coming up with the crazy things that are going on in the game. And I said in a video earlier today, and I said on the Wargaming Discord, if you really want to know how a tank should be played, what its role really should be, watch the pro tournaments. Now, you can't follow the pro strats. You can't follow their strats. Their strats are unique to the tournament, and you know, you've got 2 teams playing equal strats. But what you will take away from the tournaments is how tanks in certain positions, in certain roles. So you will see how the pros play, for example, the T100 LT. You will see how they play the 60 TP. and that's the thing that you should be looking to take away from the Pro Tours, how the tanks are being played. And you'll know which tank is a very good haul down, and they'll show you the best positions on the maps to go haul down and stuff like that. And that's where a lot of newer players really do struggle. They struggle in finding certain places. They don't know the maps particularly well. They don't know the roles that their tanks are meant to play particularly well. And sometimes watching those tournaments, they help. And the other thing I find, somebody was saying to me today, realistic mode is completely useless. Actually, no, it's not. Majority of the player base struggle with penetrating shots. Okay, even with the hit skins. Realistic helps you massively in getting those shots. It really does.
To be fair, realistic is if they could just remove the auto lock feature, just make a solo use manual, it would be much more chaotic. But still, it's a fun game mode because nobody sees anything.
Yeah.
Then you find those individuals and just watch them.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, it's the same as Skirmish. Skirmish is there to teach you portions of the map. Okay, so you have to go into these game modes with a different mindset. Uprising, Mad Games, Gravity, and stuff. They're just crazy modes to blow off steam, and they don't actually teach you anything. But Realistic teaches you how to bloody shoot and get the shots penned. And Skirmish is teaching you positions on a map. So
positioning and remembering some weak spots of certain tanks of the tier.
Yeah, and this is the thing. A lot of the newer players out there, the reason they struggle at tier 10, for example, is because they don't necessarily understand the role that the tank is meant to play, and they don't necessarily understand the map. And believe me on this, half the battle is knowing your tank, what your tank can do. And we are given by Wargaming, funnily enough, a load of clues as to what the tank should be doing. Again, I don't know why this person sent me this replay. It's a terrible replay. It's a 0 damage replay in a group. And he sent it to me twice, and I don't know why. I don't know why he's done that. Anyway, I don't know why he does that. But
there's an issue with that statement. Yes, kind of all the tech tree lines are created to mimic certain playstyles, but then you have the entire British nation.
Well, they're finesse tanks, and they take some getting used to. And as I said in one of my recent videos, tier 10 is meant to be difficult. It's not meant to be easy. Okay?
Yeah.
It's meant to be tricky. You're meant to have learned lots of different things by the time you get to tier 10. That's gone at the moment. It's not there anymore. It's gone. So when you get to tier 10, it's meant to be, how to side scrape, how to go haul down, how to do certain basics, how to move without being spotted, blah blah blah. That's not necessarily there at the moment. So I am seeing newer players struggling with the roles that the tanks are meant to play. And the reason I'm saying this, because I had an argument earlier on Wargaming Discord, somebody telling me the Leo one is one of the worst tanks in tier 10. I'm like, are you joking?
Really?
It's not a terrible tank at all. It's got the best accuracy, along with the T62A. No, it has. No, it's got an insanely accurate gun. The Leo. But if you're gonna front line it and brawl in it, then it's gonna be a terrible tank.
Well, the Leo one isn't that better of a tank. It's more of a tank for players that actually know how to play the tank and that have learned how to play the game itself. It's a tank not for the regular type of player. Like, if you are a player who rushes with a heavy tank on the front line, i.e. with the E100, then you're not gonna do the same thing in the Leo 1. Because the Leo 1's, is a support tank, like a medium tank, which supports the team, not just a frontline tank. If you go straight to the front line, then you're they're basically gonna
Okay, can I say
be
this
destroyed.
shorter in English? Basically, Leopard 1 FV, the medium tank, and the Object 140 are infamous tanks for either A, keep the distance from your enemies, and shooting from distance, because you don't have armor.
Yeah, they're farming
realistically.
tanks.
But you have DPM.
Yeah, they're
So
there to farm.
prioritize fighting heavy tanks from distance and tank destroyers, and kind of try to avoid mediums as much as possible, or assist your fellow mediums.
Yeah, they're there to farm. Just quickly. So we're going back to best server, and Shock is saying that, you know, after 2020, we've seen on the tournament scene that we've just got a big heavy meta spam, which is true, and therefore, you know, to an extent, there has been a drop in the skill level as such, and I don't necessarily disagree with that, because, you know, mediums take a little bit more skill to do. Now we've also got some of the best teams, or what were the best Clan Wars teams, sort of retiring a little bit. And we've got Endgame retiring, Loka retiring, Rain on NA is also retiring, I believe. I think his Royal Fatness said the other day that they've sort of retired from the comp scene. So, you know, we are losing something at that level. And Wargaming are aware of this, which is why 9.1 is coming to an extent. The heavy meta spam has got to change for the game. Because because mediums and lights do take more skill to play than heavies. Not gonna lie. I mean, some heavies are difficult, but it's harder to play a medium and it's harder to play a light. In all honesty, I mean, I struggle in light tanks, and it really takes a lot of effort for me to do well. To be fair,
the issue with light tanks, the playstyle just is for those few individuals that.
Yeah.
Well, I've always struggled in light tanks. I say that, but I get on really well with the Bat Chat. I just don't get on well with the T100LT or the Sheridan. But that's my fault, not theirs. I mean, the tanks are good. I'm just a terrible player. You know, I like certain mediums. I like the Patton, and I like the Object 140. But I personally struggle in the Leo, again, not because of the tank. It's because of me. I'm a terrible player. So, you know, if I could play the tank properly, it'd be a good tank. And it's easy to blame the tank. And that's what a lot of us do. But, you know, it's not necessarily the tank. Anyway, we're now going to do the next part of the giveaway, which is 3 Breton Panthers. 3 Breton Panthers. So let me just get that up and running.
I always get nervous when it's time for a giveaway, because you know there could be a chance if I win or if I lose. It's 50-50 somewhat. I mean, I wasn't that nervous, but
yes, AKD, you can join the giveaway. I can't comment on your comment because I'm doing a live stream, but yes, you can take part in the giveaway.
No, I don't know if I said this right now or before, but when the RBM streams are still going,
guys, Fuji here again.
That's how I won the 252. I didn't buy it or stuff. I'm a free-to-play player. I have not spent a single penny on
lucky you.
the game.
Called luck.
And that's why I have 6 premium tanks, like the Talk 2, the Panzer Flores, the M for the 1D, etc., etc. That's how I have them for free.
Wow. So let me just jump over, because there are a lot more comments for the Breton Panther. There's actually 123, so more people want that than they do the Tigger. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So we've got a lot of them here. We've got 123 comments for the Breton Panther. So we're going to do a random selection of the next batch of 3, and here we go. So first off is going to be Antra 12 on Asia. So congratulations to you. You win a Breton Panther. As I said, you need to come to me on Discord or in email, because I cannot show you the code. Because if I show you the code, everybody will see the code, then everybody can get the tank, and you would lose. Simple as that. So I'll put all the winners up on my YouTube channel. Don't worry, on the community tab. Simple. So let's pick another winner. Sorry about the it's not
So,
free.
Fujik, have you ever tried out putting random codes and see who gets it?
No, because that causes problems. I've considered that, but it does cause problems. So let's have a look who's going to be the second winner, because it's going to be more than one. Ant-Man1 from EU. Thanks for the giveaway. I hope you're having a good time at Tankfest. I was having a good time at Tankfest. It's over and done with now, but congratulations to you. You win a Proton Panther. There you go. So Ant-Man1 from EU server. Congratulations. Final one for the Proton Panther. Orange Orchard Blitz case on Asia. Congratulations, you get a Proton Panther also. So that's the 3 Proton Panthers. Don't worry, got 3 more here.
I'm close to the stream. Okay, hold on. I have to reverse it.
We've also got 3 more tigers, so it's not the end of the world.
Yes,
still got more to give
3
away.
more. We have 3 more tigers and 3 more Battalion Panthers. Of course.
We do indeed.
Not just that.
We do indeed. We have plenty, so don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
Fiji, can I just send you a little screenshot of? I paused the stream for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. So, I don't know how this happened, but I have to crop what tabs I have open on the website, so I have to crop it up a little bit. So gonna do that real quick, obviously, because I don't want anyone to see what I have open now. Well, I'm saying it to you, not to the server, because obviously. No, just
say it. Nothing's gonna happen.
No. This happened.
Hang on.
My comment showed up. My comment showed up for a split second and then just vanished.
Yeah,
after,
that does happen, unfortunately. I mean, I saw Layla pop up a couple of times. Bless her.
It was close. It was after the winner. So I was slightly bit close to winning a Britannia Panther. But
well, there's still 3 more out there, so don't worry. Still more. There's Ragnar. Yeah. Hello, Ragnar. I like that name, Ragnar. I think it's great.
I'm not that type of person to be angry at giveaways like, oh, I didn't win, I'm so mad, or stuff like that. No, I'm just cool. I still say congratulations to the winners, and they get a free tank.
Yeah, I've never actually won a giveaway, ever.
I mean, I have already.
I've never won a giveaway. But, I mean, the other day I just went past 9,000 subscribers, which is a massive thing for me. And I'm currently sat at 9,031. So if I can get another 969 subscribers, then I get a big giveaway from Wargaming. Because hitting 10k, I do get a decent giveaway. So that's going to take a bit of time, unfortunately. But
it will take some time. Yeah,
it will, but it'll get there. When it gets there, there'd be another big giveaway. So there you go. You know, anything can happen. Good night, Yoda. Thank you for popping in all the way from down under. Yes.
No.
So,
as I said, I won
always
3
a pleasure
giveaways.
dropping in, my friend.
Yeah. Now, as I said, I've won 3 giveaways right now.
Well,
2, but now 2 of them were in Blitz, and 1 of them is in World of Tanks PC. Now, the first one was the RBM stream announcements, giveaways, and stuff.
Yeah.
And this YouTuber called Me Master Gamer, he doesn't play Blitz anymore. He plays War Thunder mostly.
Oh, does he? Because I know Me Master Gamer. He's so he's giving up playing
he just
Blitz.
stopped playing when. I mean, he did play again when the Japanese heavies were out, but he mostly plays War Thunder. And he published the top 10 winners of the RBM giveaways, and I was one of them.
Oh, well.
And I was like, hold on, did I make something on the stream and my name wasn't picked? And so I'm proud that I won a 252U.
Oh, well done! Congratulations.
I put first the bomb Fetty camo. I just have it for winter, and the Radiant Energy camo on it, and I have the Nobari Bata attachment on it.
That's exactly the right thing, David. Sorry, that's exactly the right way to look at it, David. You lose nothing. You have every chance to win something, but if you don't win, you lose nothing. To be fair.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the way I look at giveaways. But yeah, I've never won a giveaway. I've never won a giveaway. And I mean, it was when Wargaming did their birthday stream the other day, I mean, they were saying, oh, you can win a 50T, which is the tier 10, very difficult to get German heavy. Is it heavy? I think it's heavy. I can't remember.
No, medium. The medium.
Oh, it's a medium, yeah. So I put my name down for that, and I didn't win it. I was like, oh, okay, well, there we go.
Okay.
It just happens. Yeah, I guess I did blue tie. I guess I did jump from 5 to 9k pretty quickly, to be fair. But yeah, if I, when I get to 10k, then I do get some decent stuff thrown at me. I think by Wargaming, because it's a significant milestone, 10k. So hopefully I have to be a good giveaway.
Yeah.
Which would be nice. I mean, it's always nice to give stuff away. Don't get me wrong, because it is.
I think you would be able to give away 10 tanks for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the problem I've got is I actually don't. If you have a look at my social blade for my channel, I don't actually earn any money from YouTube at all. So it's almost impossible for me to sort of give away anything from my own pocket. And that's the issue. Now, if I earned money from YouTube, then the chances are I'll be ploughing most of that back into the game, back into giveaways and stuff. But what was Social Blade saying? Because there's no point hiding this sort of stuff. You might as well know it. So my channel, according to Social Blade, it's not 100% correct. I must admit, it's not 100% correct, but it's generally correct. So my monthly earnings, ready for this? $5. Woo!
Let's go.
It's my monthly earnings on YouTube. It says it can go up to $73 a month, so it's between 5 and 73. My annual earnings for YouTube is between $55 and $800. So there you go. So
great success.
So yeah, great success indeed. So basically, yeah. I don't have any. If I did have revenue coming from YouTube, then I would throw it back into that. But as you can see, I just don't have the revenue, guys. So and I have to use what little I do get from YouTube to microphones, webcams, blah blah blah. So that's where the money goes, unfortunately. And the memberships are great, to be fair. But again, the thing is, Layla, I don't have that many members. I mean, I'm very happy with the members that I've got, but I only have 7 members basically, and the members bring me in about $10, roughly. And I only have 3 patrons, and that only brings me in $7. So when you look at it, I mean, I get $10 from members, plus $7, $17 a month, plus the approximately $15. So I get about $30 a month from YouTube, everything included, which is not the easiest thing to then throw back. And one of the things is, you may notice that I don't go around saying subscribe to me, become a member, become a Patreon and stuff, because times are tight for everybody at the end of the day. And if people want to become a member or want to become a Patreon, it is up to them to join. It's not up to me to beg you. It's up to you to support. So that's why I never say subscribe to me or become a Patreon or become a member, because that's not right. If you understand what I'm coming from. So that's just me. That's just one of my quirks. It's just one of my quirks. Yeah. And my quirk is, if people want to, then they will give. You don't need to ask anybody. And that's why on my streams I never say things like, pay me if you pay me $5, I'll play this tank or play that tank or whatever, or pay me to play. I don't do that because I don't think that's right. That's just me though. That's just the way I'm built. So just the way it is. And I'm a big believer that if people want to support, then they will support. And if they can afford it, if you're good enough, etc., then they'll support you in that respect. You don't need to ask. Not really. But that's just me. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think that's the wrong attitude? I don't think it is.
No, it's not. It's not that wrong of it's not that wrong of an attitude.
Thank you, Layla. And thank you, Andy. But no, I think it's the right attitude. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just the way it is. It's like, I've got to upgrade my iPad. I know others out there would then put a big community post saying, I need $1,000 to upgrade my iPad. Bring it in. Why should you pay for my iPad? It's my iPad. It's not your iPad. I'll buy my own iPad. I don't need you to pay me.
Yeah.
If I can afford to buy an iPad, I'll buy an iPad. If I can't afford, I'll save up, and when I can afford it, I'll buy an iPad. I don't need to beg you guys to give me money to buy an iPad. It's like... my setup, I've never asked anybody to pay for it. I've never gone out there and said, I need a new webcam. Here's how much I need. I need a new microphone. Here's how much I need. That's it. At the end of the day, it's me who's going to be earning the money from YouTube if I have a good setup. Because the fact of the matter is this: if you get a good setup, the chances are people are then going to come and watch. The more people who watch, the more the revenue goes up. Okay, so the way I see it, I'm investing at this end to, at a later stage, hopefully get more views and therefore more revenue. I don't need my subs and everybody to pay for me to upgrade my stuff for me to then earn money. I mean, that just sounds inherently wrong. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah. I mean...
to be honest, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't mention it anymore, Shock. When I first started, I did. I was very uncomfortable with it, I'll be honest with you. It's an area that I'm not comfy with. I don't plug Patreon and I don't plug YouTube memberships because it really does make me feel not comfortable, to be honest with you. It's like I don't plug... people wanting to do, I don't know, tips or whatever. It really does make me feel not comfortable at all, is the honest answer. If people want to, then that's their choice. It's not for me to beg them or push them or persuade them. It's because they want to. And I'm always very grateful and I'm always very, very, very humbled by it. But the fact of the matter is, I chose to do YouTube. It was my choice. It wasn't your choice. It was my choice. And I chose to do YouTube for whatever reason I chose to do YouTube. And I never chose to do YouTube to earn money from it. So what little I do get from YouTube, at the end of the day, that's money that I'd never accounted for. So if I can get it all up, then I can put it back in. So there, that's basically the way I look at it. Well, that's the other thing, Layla. I mean, that's the other thing. And yeah, I don't do that. $20. And I've never made $20 in a stream. and again, it always sort of knocks me for six when people donate in the streams, because even though they only donate like, I don't know, 50 cents, because sometimes they donate 50 cents, it's still money that is hard earned. At the end of the day, it's your money, and it's always humbling when somebody is prepared to sort of give, even if it's only 50 cents at the end of the day, because it's not my money. And people are giving me a little donation or a little tip, which is the most they can afford, and that's a really humbling thing. And I always feel guilty, because seriously, I always feel guilty because I don't know really what to say. And if you ever watch my streams and people do donate, I'm like, it's I do feel guilty. I get all red and embarrassed. That's one of the problems. So that's the way it is. Look at that, it's Tingus. Hello. Well, I try to, Bluto. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, Netforce. I mean, people do things for different reasons. I mean, some of the YouTubers now do it, because it's a business for them and they earn from it. And I can't begrudge them, and I can't say their style is wrong, because it's not. Because if they are relying on that money, then obviously they have to plug their business. That I get, that I understand, and I can't take that away from them. But it's just, for me, that's not why I went into YouTube. It's not the reasons. I never anticipated doing it as a business. But I can't really. I mean, $73 a month maximum. What sort of business is that? So I don't do it as a business, and that was never my intention. The intention was to basically try and sort of help the community in some way. That was it. No, nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. So it is a humble business, I get. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with YouTube. I'm very happy with what I do on YouTube. It doesn't upset me. If it upset me, I wouldn't do the videos. If it got me down, I wouldn't do the videos and I wouldn't do the streams. But it doesn't, so I do. So
yeah,
there it goes.
I mean, you get like a little bit of a motivation to do it.
Well, again, somebody said to me, does it upset you that you don't have X amount of subscribers? No, it doesn't. Because people will subscribe because they want to, not because I'm giving them something or forcing them or begging them. They will subscribe because they want to. And if that's the case, that is brilliant, because generally 9 times out of 10, those subscribers will then stay and grow with you, and you'll get to know them. And then you'll get to play with them in the game, and you get to have conversations like we're having now. And it's different. It's a bit different. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'd be lovely to have, the subscriber base of, say, Pantu, Droodles, or Meadsy into the 70-odd thousands. But would we then? Would that then, diminish what I do? I don't know. Is the honest answer. I would hate to think it would. I would hate to think that it would change me, because I don't think it would. I'm not that sort of guy. And I would still do streams like this. It would be very difficult to control. Not get me wrong. I mean, if loads of people jumped on.
I mean,
but yeah, I mean, I don't think it will change me. What you see is generally what you get, and that took a couple of people by surprise at Tankfest, because seriously, what you see here is what you see in real life. It's no different. You can ask the Tankfest people that, Well, that's what we're trying to do, PT. Right, before we move on and carry on that, next we're going back to the Tiger 131. We're going to give the Tiger the 131 the final round, the final 3 people to give away. So don't forget, we've only got those 50-odd comments. So let's put the picker back up. This is for the Tigger 131, 58 comments, and let's go. Hopefully it's not going to give, a winner twice. No one can hide. There you go. I figure 13 to 1 odds. Well, you were wrong. No one can hide. You get a Tigger 131, mate. And I know you were in the YT chat. I saw you earlier. So what I need you to do, either contact me on Discord or contact me via email, so I can send you a picture of the Tigger 131 bonus code. Congratulations. 2 more to go. Only 2 left. So let's carry on.
I'm not going to be upset if I don't win. I mean,
you never know. Fingers crossed.
You never know,
everything.
But today I won the Ram 2 from every name, so...
Okay, this is a difficult one for me to get my tongue around. I'll try my best. So, Shaksham Kumar Agarwal. Congratulations. I think that's probably somebody on the Asian server. So, congratulations. You're also a big fan of cats. So am I. Congratulations, Shaksham. You also get a Tiger 131. Again, I will put all the winners onto my community tab on YouTube. You'll need to contact me either via Discord or via email to get your Tigger. Last one for the Tiggers. Then we go on to the Panthers later. The last one for the Tiggers. So who is going to be the lucky last man or woman? No, you've already won. Galaxy, did you win a Tigger?
I think you did.
Yes, you did. You did win a Tigger. That's shown up twice. Sorry, Galaxy, you can only win 1. You only need 1 anyway.
Yeah.
JR! JR's left. JR was like, oh, I really want to win the Tiger 1-3-1, but he had to go. Bless him. And he said, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. JR, you actually won a Tigger. So congratulations. It's a shame you left, but it doesn't matter. You won. So made up for you, my friend. Well done. That's all the Tigers gone. So JR, again, Discord and or come over to me on email. You're the winner of the last one. And he actually did say in the YouTube chat, I'll never win it. So well done. We have got 3 Panthers to give away still, so don't worry. Don't worry, Panthers are still there to give away. Wow.
I made a big oopsie. I did.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Good old John. Unfortunately, JR left, bless him. That's always the way, you know. They time comes against you and you say, oh, I've got to go, I've got no choice. And then boom, before you know it,
you get the pixel tank, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you know it, you get the tank. I've got to try and find replays now. I'm running out of replays. So you can see some of my rubbish games instead. In fact, I want to show you this game on Molindic because it didn't go according to plan, to be fair. But one thing that I did do, which a lot of players don't do, I ran away. So if you're in trouble, guys, there's no harm in running away. Okay.
No, to be fair, Bridget, listen to this.
Eric, hello.
After meeting you and listening on a couple of streams, your advice of running away works.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to go in a particular place. The team didn't want to go that way, so we're like, sod it then, we'll go with you. It's always a dodgy position where I'm going to take this poor old waffle tractor, and don't feel that you've got to sit there and brawl, guys. You don't think you've got to sit and brawl. You can run away and try. Being a coward sometimes is a better form of valor, and you end up winning the game. I never knew that there's a big Zeppelin that is crashing like the Hindenburg on this map. Yeah, I didn't notice until the other day. Just goes to show. It's a big thing as well. Big phallic symbol falling from the sky, and I didn't notice it. Go figure. Nah. So I don't do much damage in this game, but I survive, and that's like the main thing, and we win, and that's also the main thing. And when I read the lineup, they've got some decent players on their team. I mean, I know 1MREC, they're not too bad, and I don't know, to be fair, many of the clans on my team, but I've seen some of the clans like TR Tank. They're normally around the tournament scene, so I got a bit concerned. So you don't always, as I said, need to brawl. You can run away. But the thing is, Bluto, I was in the Object 131 on Winter Melanovka, and I got absolutely screamed at by a 67% win rate player. I was in the Object 140, and he was in the WZ 121, and we both went down. And all their tanks were there. So I ran away. And he said, oh, you ran away and left me. And I was like, well, you're a 67% win rate player after like 30-odd thousand battles. You're not going to win that brawl. Why did you stay there? I told you to run. You carried on brawling with them. That makes no sense. So I'm running as fast as I can here. They've already lost 2 tanks. I've only got 200 hit points. I've only done 1,200 damage, and that's probably all I'm going to do. The idea of my game now is to try and stay in the game, and if necessary, I can then use the gun as a last sort of resort. And that was the idea. So it wasn't, as I say in some of my videos, it's not always about doing big damage, guys. It's about winning the game. You want your win rate up, you need to win games. Doing big damage and losing isn't going to win you the game. I do lose. I do get shot now by the object, but I put a big one into it.
Man, why didn't you turn the tank around?
I did.
Go full reverse,
Well, I was going in reverse because most of their tanks were coming over that side, so I wanted to keep the front to them. And it wasn't until I got round the corner that I decided to turn around and face the other way. And that was the thing. But I was eventually happy with this game. We win it, and that's all that matters. So that was the thing. So, but I'll show you the one on. I'll show you the one on Winter Melanovka that I'm talking about.
I mean, there will be 3 more, of course, winners because we have 3 more Battalion Panthers to give away,
Correct.
obviously. And
Yeah,
I don't know, but if I win one, then I'm gonna be happy, and I don't have to grind the event that's gonna be coming up.
To be fair, the next event is apparently it's not that much battles and free.
I mean, it looks like the Luxury Lounge event, but they downscaled the price of the Battalion Panther to 2,500 of those like energy bars that they look like.
Yeah,
it's around 30 battles.
See, I wasn't the worst. It looked like I was playing badly, but I wasn't the worst, and we did okay. Well, I'll show you that one on Winter Melanovka if I've got it, and you'll see what I mean. So again, it's not the best of replays, as in it's not the best way to play the tank, but you'll see. I believe this is the replay, yes, but you'll see what I'm trying to get at. So we're on Supremacy here, and I want to break this one down. We're on Supremacy, and look at their lineup. They've got an Object 84, a Leo PTA, a 50 TP, and an E50M. They're sending most of their tanks down, I think, in my view. So I tell the team, kill the meds. Okay, that's what I say, kill the meds. Now, my team goes completely the other direction. Completely the other direction. Apart from me and the WZ-120. Now, the WZ-120 is a good player. He is a good player. And I can see already that we are in trouble. We're in a world of pain. There's 2 tanks of us, there's 3 tanks of them, which is probably more. I there say, run. I tell the WZ, run away. Get out of there. Just run. He stays there. He stays there to brawl. I go back to try and help him where I can, but there's no point in me getting in there because they've now got 4 tanks down there. 4 tanks against 2. We are going to lose that brawl. It's as simple as that. The WZ-120 is now dead. And he's very upset with me. He's saying, screw you, Object 140. And I'm like, well, dude, no. I told you to run. And he calls me an idiot. And I said, I did tell you to run. Why are you having to shout at me? And I don't know why you're shouting at me. Because I told you to run away. And you could see that there were more tanks down there than we could take on. No. It was a pointless brawl. It was a pointless brawl. But he was very upset with me because I ran away and left him. And I couldn't understand why he was upset with me. Because
he said, "Lol, why did you run?" Oh.
I told him to run. And this is the thing.
I mean, some people just want to take it out and do the most damage against 3 people, but in all fairness, you're still gonna die if you are all by yourself against 3 people.
But don't forget, hit points. Your hit points are a resource. Okay, it's a resource, and you can't just throw them away. And if the odds are against you, the odds are against you. Don't throw your HP away needlessly. It as Galaxy says. Galaxy's a good player as well. He's saying there you would have done the same thing. Because that's what you do, guys. You know, if you're going to lose that battle, get out of there. And, I'm doing everything I can at the moment to get away from these 2 tanks. Yeah. I'm being slightly successful, but not that successful. I've lost almost all my hit points. But look what's happened. We win this game. I die, but we win this game. So we win this game. Would we have won this game had I thrown my tank away at the early doors? We would have been 2 tanks down rather than 1.
Yeah.
The outcome was kind of, I would say, looks like you had it on the heavy lane.
Yeah. But as I said, we win that game at the end of the day.
But you did contribute more by surviving.
That's the point.
Baiting.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think at the end of the day, running away allowed us to contribute. I mean, I only did 1.8k in damage, but had I stayed down there at the early doors of that game, I did next to no damage. So running away allowed me to put another 1800 damage on the clock, which is 1800 hit points away from the other players. So just goes to show, though. I mean, I'm not picking on that player, by the way. I'm not picking on him. I'm not calling him out.
To be fair, I would also be very insulted if I committed all the way to one flank and then I just see my allies run away without me being able to run away.
It does. But I
did move him in time.
I did tell him to run away. It's not like I just left him. I did say run. He probably was a bit too committed. I did notice early, and as I made it clear when I was opening that video, our heavies went completely the opposite direction. Despite me saying to everybody at the beginning of the game, kill the meds, they went completely the opposite direction. So there were only 2 of us down there. We did the spots, and when we did the spots and I saw that we had tanks against us, that's when I told him to run away. I did say to him, get out of there. So it's just those things, these things happen. But he was very upset with me. And I can understand him being upset. I don't understand him being very upset. Especially when he's I think the player in question was a 67% win rate player. And I sent him a message afterwards saying there was no need to be so mean. You're a very good player. You should have known better that we were going to lose that brawl, mate. And you can't complain about that, to be fair. Anyway, let's jump into the Breton Panther. 3 more to go. Only three. Breton Panther.
The final 3.
Yeah, so the last guy to win was Orange Orchard. So congratulations to you. We've already got you down, which is Blitz case on Asia. So let's pick another winner. Oh, see, that was Layla. Gregor. And you are on Asia as well. Nostros Papaya. So you get a Breton Panther, my friend. Well done, buddy. Well done indeed. So 2 more to go, but don't worry, guys. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, I've still got a lot of other tanks. They're just not Tiger 131s or Breton Panthers. So there will be other giveaways. So let's see who's the next winner here. Lazy Hyena. Songbird on the EU server. Wanted to visit Tankfest but wasn't able to. So congratulations, Lazy Hyena. You also get a Breton Panther. It's actually quite a rare tank, the Breton Panther. Not many people have got it.
Yes and no.
Final winner for the Breton Panther. Then we'll talk about it.
Final one
For the Breton Panther. White Mars Shadow. What a name. I hope I win, White Mars Shadow. You did win. Congratulations. You did win.
Congratulations to all the winners. Yeah. That's all I have to say.
But don't forget, we'll do another giveaway next week. So there is a lot more tanks to give away. They won't be Tigers, they won't be Breton Panthers, but there's a lot more other tanks to give away, guys. Yeah. So don't stress, don't worry, don't get upset. It will happen.
What video should I put
Just cross your fingers or hope for the best.
Absolutely, it's just the way it is. We will. You will have plenty of opportunities.
Yeah.
Plenty of opportunities.
One thing I have to say, when I go back and forth to Discord and YouTube, the Show Your Way in Future, I think it was a East Berlin soldier jumping over the wall to freedom.
That's here. But I'm wearing the T-shirt right now, actually. Yeah. Same T-shirt.
Because the cameraman was filming him, and I don't think the other soldiers were looking at him. But when they saw him jumping over the wall, that's when they got their weapons out to shoot him. I mean, at that time, the Berlin Wall was it was a very strategic way to escape, because
nobody expected it apparently. Nobody expected him to jump over a wall.
I mean, it was just barbed wire. It wasn't actually the wall. They were still building it.
That's right.
So,
That's
there was
right.
also a commercial about I think there was also like a commercial for the beer, Stella Artois, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, there was a commercial about it. I mean, yeah, he was brave to jump over the wall to freedom. Because
well, there you go.
It was a harsh time back then.
Well, I mean, I've been to the Berlin Wall. It's pretty interesting to see
There
what
are
it is.
like, I think there are also people with that sell like pieces of the wall itself.
Yeah, I've got a piece of the Berlin Wall at home, somewhere. Somewhere. There we have it. Now, yeah. What's this? Is there an event coming soon? In fact, I don't know. Is the honest answer. Basically, what happened?
About those leaks and Blitz.
What happened was, Galaxy. We ended up going to Tankfest, and unfortunately, the guys from Blitz weren't able to get visas in time because they're in Lithuania, and they just weren't able to get visas in time. So when we turned up, there was just basically a bag of sort of bonus codes that the World of Tanks guys, the PC guys, sort of said, "Oh, we've got to give you these to give away." But excuse my cat's tail; she's being a bit of a pain. She's being a bit demanding. So I don't know why she's suddenly being demanding, but she is. But she does that every now and then. But she's not like Royal Fatness's cat. She's a bit more reserved, whereas his Royal Fatness's cat really pumped up and gets involved. Same as every good name is taken.
Yeah.
So what's this?
At 8 I am. So now the registrations for a event for birthday coins 3v3. I am in a tournament right now for tier 8, and I'm also probably gonna put my tier on 2v2 or any of my tier 8s for the event, because come on, if the war is 4,000 coins, and I can just buy 2 esport containers, and who knows, I could get a tank from them, but the chances of getting a tank from them are pretty slim.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, you can jump into. I mean, there are tournaments on today, and if you look at them, and this is what I was trying to say earlier. If you look at the current tournament, you've got birthday coins, 3v3 tier 10, for example. And if you look at the rewards, okay, even if you lose, you get as a team 3.1 million credits, and you get 1,000 coins as a team. Now, if you're looking to earn credits, guys, do tournaments. I'm serious. Do tournaments, because it's that's if you come bottom place. If you come 4th place, that's last. I mean, if you go up, then obviously you get more credits. So they're always worth doing it. It's always worth doing it.
I mean,
and then tomorrow there's 2v2. If I do tier 10 2v2, look at the rewards.
I mean, I could do tier 10, but of course now it's 3v3, and I'm
still get credits.
And all my the participants in the tournament are from the same clan, cause yeah. And in 2 days I get my clan rewards again, so I am in a very active clan. So
yeah,
I am either gonna get more 100 gold and 20,000 for experience, which will boost a little bit of my research, so I don't have to spend hours and hours of grinding. But I think the next one I want to grind is probably the i7. I already have the i3, and I don't know if I want to buy the gun. I think I should, but
yeah. So that's
what tank are you on again?
Say again.
What tank are you grinding at the moment?
I'm not grinding any.
Not you, Bridget.
He's talking to me. I think the i7, but I have to buy back the i3, and as I've seen the armor profile, yeah, the pike nose armor isn't that. But
to be fair, it's pretty simple. Just go full down, peekaboo.
Yeah. I mean, you have 5 degrees of gun depression, which is it's still gun depression.
It's average.
Yeah.
It's a tank that works. Just peekaboo, full down. That's it.
Maybe I sent the wrong one because I've got a couple and they're in the pile and I took pictures of them. So just try the other one because I don't know which one I sent out. That's the problem. So no, he won a Ram 2 the other day, and so
I mean, to be honest,
he was one of 2 people to win the Ram 2.
I won also a Ram today.
No, to be honest, a friend of mine was like, "No way, you didn't actually get a code for a talk to," and I was like, "Yeah," and I pulled up my Discord DMs with Fugit, and there it is. I just showed him the code, and I was like, "Cool."
So,
he obviously doesn't activate the code because I already activated it, and you can't activate obviously.
No, exactly. As soon as it's activated, it's activated. So
yeah.
So hopefully I just sent in the wrong one. But again, not to worry because I've got another Ram 2 here that you can have, so it's not a big deal.
How many codes do you have left? Is the question.
How many I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 codes left.
12 more.
12 more.
Of course, they're not Tigers and Britannia Panthers, so...
No, unfortunately the Tigers and the Britannia Panthers are gone, but there's 12 more. Of other tanks, well, even if you don't need the tank or you don't want the tank because they're lower tier tanks,
Well, let me guess.
you're still going to be able to sell them.
The thing is
Ram
that
314.
ET has of course, another giveaway running for a Talk 2, a Britannia Panther, and a Tiger 131. The problem is that there's like 700 plus for each and every one.
What is that? Who's giving that away?
Me too, 69.
Because he's got the same giveaways as me.
Yeah. I mean, there is a chance I just signed up for the Tiger 131 because, let's be honest, I love the tank. It's like historical, and of course the only functioning Tiger for everything. I mean, I think they did replace the engine, but I'm not sure because or maybe it's the same engine. I don't know.
Differences.
Really?
Basically, the 131 is the weakest of the Tiger clones in tier 6.
Oh my God!
The weakest.
That one's been claimed already, so
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
doesn't seem
I
right.
mean, even if I play realistic, I know where to shoot a normal Tiger 1 or Tiger 131. I have memorized where their weak points are because, obviously.
Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem correct. That one's saying it's already been redeemed, but not to worry. Nobody's got hold of my codes, so they're all unique. So yeah, well, I mean, sometimes you send the codes out and it just doesn't work. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes it just doesn't seem to work. But I've got plenty of them, so it's not a problem. If not a problem, Monkey, that one should definitely work. And if that one doesn't work, there's a big problem. Because I don't know what's going on. If that one doesn't work. But that one should work. Because I haven't given that one out to anybody. That's a completely brand new code. So give that one a bash and let me know. Because it should be more than fine. I've been doing that. Yep. Sorry, Layla. I just completely missed that because I was too busy sorting Monkey out with his code. Yes, it is past midnight where you are. So thank you for popping in as always, Layla, and have a good evening and get some good rest. And for a change, it's nice to know you're not working.
So okay, quick thing.
Normally you're working on my streams.
Okay, I have to leave now because I'm going to a family member's house.
Yeah, well, this is... Oh, it did work. Finally, Monkey. Well done, mate. Yeah, well, that's the end of this stream, actually. We got through most of the stuff. We didn't touch 9.1, but there's no point at the moment. There's 9.1 is coming soon, sometime this month. So we'll look at it more detail next week, because we'll do these again. Yeah, we'll go along next week, and we'll see. With that, guys, that's the end of this stream now. We've been on for just over 2 hours. Thank each and every one of you for turning up and getting involved. Thank everybody on Discord for jumping in. We used to have more, but I haven't done any this year. So this is like the rehash of the coffee chats. So as it spreads out over the community, hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, we'll get more people jumping in. to chat about different bits and bobs. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing. Absolutely enjoy it and love it. I hope you've enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. And hopefully I'll catch you all again very soon. So it's goodbye from me.
Yeah.
So cheerio, everybody. And bye to everybody on Discord. Say goodbye, Discord.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
There you go. Everybody said goodbye. And to all you on YouTube, thank you, for, as I said, for popping in. And I'll catch you all soon. Until then, all the best. Have a good one. Bye for now.